Hey everybody, this is John, your host on Mgtow is Freedom. I'm back yet again, and I'm back in Northern California. And I have to say, it's not good to be back because all of the same exciting, stupid bullshit is still here. That didn't go away. I didn't get a break from it. Right? Well, I got a break from it, but it didn't get a break for me. It still exists. The stupid exists on a grand scale. It exists on a grand scale. God, and it's not just women, it's people in general. But women are the purpose of discussion on this channel. And I have to put this out here. I'm just going to throw it out right off the bat. Don't fucking bother with them. Right, this idea of pumping and dumping them and using them and getting what you want out of them before they get it out of you. I don't know. Just ridiculous. It's a game. Everything is a fucking game. Like I said, I had a little work a vacation, come back, and, I see signs of it already. Indicators coming out the ears. Right, women at the airport acting like they're men, waving their arms at me and pointing and shouting like they know shit. I just wanted to yank one out of the car yesterday and just say, "Where's your fucking husband? I'm going to beat the shit out of him for letting you get off the fucking leash like this." Just incredible, right? And it's the problem we're seeing manifested as men isn't specifically having to do with just women. It's our culture, our society, all of the rules all at once, right? Everything's going bad. But what we see are a bunch of imbeciles with driver's licenses, imbeciles with credit cards, the ability to run up debt, imbeciles with legal standing. I really think there ought to be an IQ test before you can have a bank account, have a driver's license, be allowed to vote. There's nothing racist or sexist about that. If you're a fucking imbecile, you cannot participate as an adult because you're an incompetent. In fact, in history past, that's how it was treated. If you're an incompetent, mental incompetent, you cannot sit on a jury, you cannot vote, you cannot own property, you have no rights. You're essentially, if you have a family, you're a ward or in charge. You're considered a child your whole life. And if you've got no family, you're a ward of the state. Right? The state takes care of you. Because you cannot take care of yourself. Today, we've got imbeciles on the loose. And what's worse, going back to Mgtow, is they are in our faces with this shit. In particular, this idea that Mgtow is full of hate. No, it's not full of hate. You know what I would like to call it? Frustration. I am absolutely frustrated with the social system, with the political system, with the economic system, with the legal system, because it is affecting our lives, our ability as men to be free, to enjoy life. And the moment you confront it, you, as Mgtow, will be called haters for pointing out where it's going wrong and who is doing it. You're a hater. It's absolutely incredible. I tell you, I want to go back to the vacation place, buy a fucking boat, and just sail away. Just get away from these people permanently. They're that stupid. When you step back and you take a break from the everyday grind, and you're able to get away and get some fucking perspective. Right? I did videos every day while I was gone. I don't think I missed a single day. Maybe one. I don't know, but I don't think so. I still kept, a finger on the pulse. I still thought about it because I saw it around me. But even though, I was in vacation mode. But I got different perspective, even though I kept my finger right there. You know, these people aren't worth being around. You know, and it's not just the women, but the women are the ones who can control you the easiest and the most. And that's where this Mgtow thing comes in. Say you've got a 100-pound burden, and 50 pounds of that is problems caused by women. If you eliminate that, your burden is much lighter. That's the point of Mgtow, is to get some freedom, to get some relief from all of the crap that happens. Right, so I got some really good perspective. I got some unique perspective. I've got still some great stories to share with you guys about things that happened while on vacation. Right? You know, but this isn't about hating women. I hate the stupid shit they do, but it's not a real hate. Right? It's not a Hitler type hate. It's not a KKK type hate of women. It's a personal dissatisfaction of an extreme nature that doesn't require me to take action in any way except to get away from them. To get away from them. I got off the rent-a-car return shuttle. I had 2 lanes of traffic to cross to get into baggage check-in. And I stepped off the curb, and my son grabs my arm and goes, Dad, you got to pay attention, right? We're not down on the strip. Cars aren't going to stop. You're going to get run over. And some fucking lady threw a fit, right? And, you know, it got my attention. I woke up. I was focusing on getting through the checkpoints, you know, telling TSA not to put their finger up my ass, stuff like that. So I like fucking with those guys. And this fucking broad started looking at me. I mean, she turned her head and looked at me like she's going to kick my ass. And so I fucking stood in the lane. Right? I said, bitch, I was on vacation. What are you going to do about it? Look around where we're at. Right? It's not downtown fucking New York City. Take a fucking break. There's shit to see here. I'm looking around. Right? And she started this fucking shit with her hands. What did she have? She had some glass and some steel between me and her. And that made her feel powerful, I guess. She didn't roll the window down because I could have reached through it, right, and said hi. Right? But she wanted to give me what for. Now the funny fucking part is behind me, I had an entire crowd watching this. Everyone that jumped off that bus started laughing and pointing at her because she was making an ass out of herself. It was funny as fuck, right? I turn around and everyone's just like high-fiving each other. That fucking guy told that stupid bitch, right? Funny as fuck. Right? And some lady walks over and goes, you sound like my son. I'm like, oh shit, you've got a hell of a son then. Anyways, you know, the reason these women are getting out of hand is because they've got muscle. They've got backing. Right? She had some steel and some glass to protect her, so she thought she could be a bitch. Women in our lives, what are they doing? They've got a legal system. That's their protection. That's their muscle. And they use it. They've got an artificial social system that they're using to control us. Your mommy, your teacher, right? Television, media. In your work, it's the professional environment supported by the legal system. There's political pressure. And then there's the personal pressure. And all that other shit boils down to the personal pressure. Right? This lady in the car represented the use of all of these types of pressure on me. Right? Physical muscle, the car. The legal system. I was standing in her right of way. Actually, I had the right of way. I'm a fucking pedestrian. In that part of the world, I have the right of way. She didn't like it. She tried using pressure to get me out of the way. She tried using the fact that she's a woman. Oh, poor her. She tried being tough and acting like a man. None of that shit worked. Right? None of it worked. Right? The only thing that woman in the car didn't have was the ability to take sex from me. That's the last fucking straw. Right? If they can't push you around legally or politically or socially or professionally, they're gonna try it personally. And when you go Mgtow, you take that away from them. When you go your own way, and you forego all the bullshit about pumping and dumping, about trying to have short-term relationships, which is what a lot of people tout, right? Because there's this need. While you're weaning yourself off of them, right? You get rid of that need. You start to see that it's artificial and that it's a choice. And while you have physical urges, the urge to put your head in a guillotine and pull the rope on yourself, that's not a natural urge. But going Mgtow is removing that and saying, I don't need you anymore. Men going their own way and hanging these fucking bitches out to dry. Literally, let them dry in the sun and blow away. All the ones that think they're good women, let them keep doing what they're doing. All the ones that are taking great care of their husbands and having good families and have no intention of stealing their husband's wealth and screwing them over, that's great. Good for those women. For the rest of the gold-digging, legal vampires, social thieves, and controlling hordes of hate penis mongers. Penis hate mongers. There we go. Good riddance. All of the pretenders. Now here's a big fucking group of women. The pretenders. Oh wait, we have another name for them. It's called Nawalts. I am just up to here with listening to them say, oh, I'm not like that. Prove it, bitch. How many times have you been married and divorced? How many guys have you slept with? Right? Trying to find one that's going to take care of you the way you want to be taken care of. And then tell me you're not part of that system. That's a very, very small number of women. Fucking small. Small. The rest of them are a bunch of pretenders. They're lying to themselves, they're lying to men, they're lying to society. Oh yeah, they want to get married and have kids. Good God, right? So I got perspective. And it's not just the women in your lives. It's the whole system. But the linchpin, the cotter pin, the weakest link in the chain is ourselves. It is ourselves. We are the absolute weakest link. That is, the moment you cave, the moment you crumble, the moment you bend and then break is the moment that everything else falls on your head. The moment you give in to them and say, I want to get married. Then you've got the social system, professional system, legal system, political system. Everything comes crashing down on you.